What's going on, guys? Jordan here, coming back at you again with another episode of Beer Reviews. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing the Neon Beer Hug. Now, I've had two of these beers from this series so far. I had the Tropical Beer Hug and the Hazy Beer Hug. Now, I wasn't a fan of the Tropical Beer Hug. Actually, that was probably one of my least favorite beers that I've ever had. Now, that's just because I'm not a big fan of the West Coast style IPAs. And unfortunately, I think that's what this is. But I had to try it. I had to complete the series. At least I think that's all of the ones from the series. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is by Goose Island. This is a 19.2 fluid ounce can. And this is coming in at 7% ABV. So really love the can design. Really cool can that you can see. I already got the hazy and there's the hazy and then there's the tropical. But the hazy was actually pretty decent, but then again, I like the New England style IPA, so of course I was going to like that one. But let's go ahead and crack into this. Now, I remember exactly what I paid for this time. I actually paid $3.80 after tax at my local gas station. That's actually not too far from where I live, so. It's piney, a little bit of tropical notes in there. Maybe some pineapple or something like that. Grapefruit, big grapefruit. Initially, it doesn't smell too bad, but I can definitely tell this is more of the West Coast style over the, East Coast, New England style that I'm accustomed to drinking. But we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. Just because I'm not a big fan of the style doesn't mean I'm not going to review it. So I'm going to review it for what it is. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on it, and as always, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying to drink or not to drink something based on my opinion. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts. So we're going to go ahead and pour this into a glass. Don't want to pour it too aggressive. So it's got a nice, frothy, soapy, off-white head. It's definitely slightly hazy, golden appearance. It's not overly hazy, which that's what I like. I like the hazy. I like beers. I like the New England style that looks like you're pouring a glass of orange juice. That's just the type of beers that I like. Real tight bubbles now. Working with about a 4.5 finger head there. Getting more of those aromas now that it's out of the glass or out of the can. It actually doesn't smell that bad. Normally these West Coast styles are very piney and very grapefruit, like right off the bat. And I am getting that, but not overly so. Definitely not as much as I got with that Tropical Beer Hug. I think that's about all I can say about the aromas on this. This is the tropical, or not tropical, this is the Neon Beer Hug by Goose Island. 7% ABV. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. You know what? For a West Coast style, that's not bad. That's exactly why I still try these types of beers, even though I don't like the style. Because I know there's going to be that one or two that I actually am okay with drinking. This one is not that bad. It's not overly bitter. It's definitely more bitter than the East Coast, the New England style that I'm accustomed to drinking. But for what this is probably the best West Coast style IPA that I've actually had. So that's saying something. Yeah, that's doable. I can drink that. It's just when it gets overly bitter and it's just like, it's more bitter than it is flavor. That's the type of West Coast style that I'm not that big on, so. This one's actually pretty decent for what it is. Now, would I buy it again? No. I'm still not huge on the flavors that I'm getting, but this is the best version of a West Coast style IPA for me. This is the best West Coast style IPA that I've had. It's still not my style. It's still not my favorite. I mean, if I was at a restaurant or something and that's what they had, yeah, I'd probably pick it up. If someone offered it to me, of course, I would drink it, no problem. But it's just not something that I would want to spend my money on personally. Like I said, I'm more of the New England style IPA drinker, so that's the type of beers that I like to, I gravitate towards. Pretty nice lacing on the glass. But this one's not awful. It does have some fruity notes to it. Pineapple, grapefruit. It's a little resinous, obviously. The West Coast styles normally are. I mean, it's still a little bit too bitter for me, honestly. But since it is the best West Coast style IPA that I've had, I'm going to go ahead and probably hit this with a... I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because it is the best West Coast style IPA that I've had. It's not my favorite beer, obviously. This isn't something that I'll ever buy again. I just don't see the reason in buying it. But it's not a bad beer. It's actually a very well-brewed beer. And like I said, it's the best West Coast that I've had, in my opinion. So if you guys are into West Coast style IPAs, you probably should pick this up. And also, if you've had any of these beers from this series, definitely pick this up. So 6 out of 10 from me here at Beer Views, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any suggestions on beers you would like me to try, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to find it and give it a review. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And as always, until next time, thank you guys for watching. Cheers. Forgot to grab my clicker. My clicker's not working. I'm telling you, this thing powers down like every 3 minutes. We're only like 7 minutes into the video here. Thank you guys for watching. Cheers.